Hi there, YouTube. Welcome to my belated April favorites. Woo! Sorry I'm a little late on this. I did kind of get home at the end of April, and I tried filming this yesterday, and then I got a call because I had to go to class, so my friend was picking me up because I have a night class, and so I was like, "Blah." And yes, all disclaimers and apologies aside, let's get started. I'm going to actually start from non-beauty favorites and work my way backwards just because I'm feeling that way. So, first non-beauty favorite was going to DC. That was the coolest thing ever. I got like 30 feet away from the president. That was pretty cool. And I lobbied in Congress. Also pretty cool. President Obama is actually the first ever president to like address Planned Parenthood like in person. So him giving a speech for us at our conference was like the coolest thing on the planet, and I was screaming like a little girl the whole time. Along with that, a travel favorite of mine was little travel bottles. I believe this one held my toner, and I think this one held my jojoba oil. This little guy still has stuff in it. I actually put my dread wax in this. I found these at Ulta. I decided to bring all of my stuff in travel bottles even though I was checking my bag because I didn't want to leave a full-size product in DC in a hotel where there's no way I could get it back. It would be much better to accidentally leave a travel size something, because then I know I'm only leaving at the most 3 ounces of product, which is a lot, but it's not the whole thing. Now I'm going to move into skincare and some things that have just really saved my skin. It is, okay, the last 2 days or so, it's kind of been a little like wonky. It's still pretty darn mild compared to what it's been like. And so that's in part to a few products. So one, I think this was in my favorites last month, I'm not sure, is my daily makeup brush cleaner from Sephora. Being able to easily, quickly clean my brushes every night, or even if I forget, clean them right before I need to use them and then be able to use them, that has been awesome. And I use the shampoo once a week, and that's not really my favorites. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that, but this stuff is great because you just spray your brush with it and like swirl it around on a cotton pad, and then it dries really quickly, and then I know that my brush has at least been disinfected, and so it's less likely to break out my skin. So I can't remember if I have this in my March favorites or not, but it's definitely a favorite for April for sure. Also is the sample of the lavender cream wash from the All Natural Face that I got in my All Natural Face April Beauty box. This quickly became a favorite. It totally, like, I had all this horrible, dry, patchy stuff, and man, this really went a long way. Switching from the Philosophy cleanser to this helped so much in just, like, the overall look of my skin, like outside from breakouts, even just, like, there was no more, like, dry, patchy stuff. It just, like, looked nice and healthy. So I am definitely, I think this was a 1 ounce jar, 1 ounce, I think 1 ounce. And so I'm planning on repurchasing this in like probably the full like 4 ounce size, just because I absolutely adored this. And it has actual lavender essential oil in it, which is really, really good for acne. So I really appreciate this. Another thing that is really good for acne that I started using as a spot treatment instead of using a benzoyl peroxide product, since I suddenly found myself needing a spot treatment again, was the Body Shop Tea Tree Oil. And so this isn't pure tea tree oil, it's a 15% dilution, which is actually really, really strong. But it's super effective. I wish that it was just diluted in, I wish it was just blended in like jojoba oil or coconut oil or something, but unfortunately it's blended in water and alcohol. But I mean, that hasn't been a huge issue for my skin. I have this bottle and I have one in my bathroom because I used to use this to scent my Dread shampoo, which I did use some of this and some lavender essential oil to scent my Dread shampoo. So I think what I'm going to do is once I finish these 2 bottles, I'm just going to switch to pure tea tree oil in jojoba oil and mix it myself. But tea tree oil has been awesome for my blemishes. It's like so much better. So, yeah, really, really appreciate this for my skincare. Next up, alright, along the same lines of skincare, but into the makeup, has been my all natural face vegan foundation in medium beige warmer. This is the mineral foundation. I tried for makeup to wear as many of my favorites as humanly possible. So I am wearing the foundation, and this is not over a primer. I did put some concealer underneath, but only my Select cover up, not my heavy duty Cover Effects full coverage concealer. So, I mean, it's, oh my god, I'm so shocked. I always forget how well mineral foundation can cover, and so I'm always like really surprised when it does. The thing that I mentioned in my review that I loved about this foundation was that it matched my skin perfectly. Perfectly. This is like exactly the kind of thing I wanted from my foundation. I wanted it to kind of match my skin but bring out the golden tone so that I didn't look washed out, because my skin is so pale and I have rosacea. So sometimes I get matched up with pinky, super duper pale foundations that just kind of make me look sick. And sometimes I get matched with foundations that are too dark or too yellow for me, and this was just absolutely perfect. So her shade range from the All Natural Face is huge, and this is a 10-gram jar for $6.50. So much cheaper than going for the MAC Pro Longwear, thank you very much. And I feel like it covers very, very well, and because it's a powder foundation, it lasts awesome on oily skin. So when here, and I actually traveled with this too, which I would never have done with a mineral product ever before in my life because they get everywhere. This, the jar closed tight, and it was a small jar, so I could just throw it in my purse. So, loving it. I had two others. I had a hair favorite, two hair favorites. The first one for the first half of the month. So, at the beginning of the month, I was doing top knots in my hair because I was so sick of doing stuff with it, and I wasn't doing anything with it, and I barely wanted to brush it, and my hair was finally long enough to do that. So that was my favorite for the first couple weeks. And then I got my dreadlocks, and now my locks are by far my favorite thing ever about April. They've been so good. They're doing so great for being so young. I'm very optimistic about their future trajectory. Now for the rest of beauty favorites. So, two eye looks were sort of my favorite in the month of April. The first one is one I'm wearing right now, specifically the eyeshadow. I'll just let you take a look at that. And and what I have is, it's Creme Brulee from the All Natural Face. These are all Natural Face shadows. They were just like a kick-ass brand this month. And so I have Creme Brulee like all over my lid, and then from my Shut Mustache stuff, I've got Warm Honey, which I'm finally almost out of. I can't believe it. I'm doing so good on using up these stupid samples, but I actually really love this shadow, and it's the one, it's just like my crease color. It's really subtle, or you can build it up, and it just adds a lot of warmth and a glow to the eyes for a contour color that I really like, and it's not too shimmery. Really appreciate that. And then, speaking of shimmer, the other color that I have popped on the inner corner and that has added some glittery bits is the shade Gold Dust from the All Natural Face. Which looks like this. It's really finely milled gold glitter, and it's, oh my god, it just makes my eyes look like fairies. It's great. And my other favorite, what I like to do with what I'm wearing as my liner, is I use this shade Purple Ice Storm that I got in a sample when I ordered something. Now I can't remember what I ordered. But anyway, I got it as a sample. And it just looks like that. It's just a super, I'm going to swatch this one for you so it's not on. It's just a very light, super pale lilac color, and I'm very into lilac right now, and it just adds this beautiful glowy sheen. And because it was so cool toned, I didn't really know if it was going to look that great on me, but it actually looked really beautiful and brought a lot of like light, kind of like just air breath, I don't know, something metaphysical like that to my eyes, and just the pearlescence just looked gorgeous. So what I did is like I'd pack it on my lid and then apply it lighter and lighter and lighter as I got up to the brow bone, which was super easy and I could do in like 3 seconds. And I would apply that with the liner that I'm wearing right now, which as you can see is not black, it's blue. And it is the navy black liquid liner from Sephora, which is sort of a felt tip liner, like a short one. Man, this style really, really, really works for me. And I currently have 2 black liquid liners, but I feel like I would switch to this just because it's just so easy to use and create the exact perfect shape that I want because it doesn't have any bristles. But the felt tip is really soft and really malleable. Malleable. Damn, words are hard. Shoot. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of my favorite for what I was doing on my eyes. The other thing, though, was that when I was wearing bright colors the week that I was testing out my Coastal Scents 88 Original palette, I was really into putting my NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil in milk onto my waterline, and I thought that looked, I didn't really want to do it right now, but I thought that looked really, it just brought, again, it really opened up my eyes because I have hooded eyes and they're smaller. Sometimes when I do bright colors and I bring a liner all the way in, it's like, especially if I want to wear false lashes, it's like my eyes completely disappear. And that kind of defeats some of the purpose. I want you to see my eyes. So, putting a white pencil on the waterline really counteracted that. Okay, so my 2 lip favorites. One is the one that I am wearing right now, and that is the combination of Summer Love from NYX, which is this lipstick. I was going to swatch it, but it's on my lips, so that's silly. And then this lip gloss, which is also from NYX, and it's in Sugar Pie. And so these just make, as you can see, like the perfect nude for my face. It's it's that really pretty, pouty, pale nude, but it doesn't like make me look dead. And it doesn't distract from my eyeshadow, and so I really, really appreciate that. And I like doing that, and I think it looks really gorgeous when I put a lot of bronzer on, too. And the other color, which was my favorite for when I was in DC, because since I was at a Planned Parenthood conference, their color is kind of pink. And so when I would go to functions, it was like, depending on how professional it was or how more like party-oriented it was, I either wore Cherry's Jubilee from the All Natural Face, which is kind of a brick red, or I wore my favorite, which was my Viva Glam Nicki Minaj from MAC. Which, it's like, it sucks because I use a ton of this. I use a lot. And when I run out, I can't repurchase it because they test on animals. So I'm so conflicted on whether to just use it all the time or to, like, never touch it again because I can't buy it again. But anyway, if you haven't seen it, it's this beautiful, just, like, neon-y coral color. Really similar to my nails, actually. And that's what it looks like swatched. Ugh! It is so, oh man, it just really pops. Especially, like, I would do this with, like, a black smoky eye, which sounds like it'd be too much, but it was awesome. It looked so kick-ass. I loved it. This is, I can't even tell you to, like, go out and buy it, just because I'm like, they suck so hard for selling in China. My last sort of beauty-oriented favorite, is something else that I was using a lot in my tutorials, and that is my Coastal Scents 10 blush palette. Since I was getting back into using my 88 original palette, I wanted to come back and use my 10 blush palette, and it was really great for traveling. I was originally going to bring my Dan Marie palette, but I really, really wanted to have this neutral shade with me. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. This is really cheap, too. I think I got it for, like, $10.95, and I think at Max it's, like, $15.95 for 10 blushes. That's a ridiculous deal, and they're all actually really super pigmented, almost too pigmented sometimes. As you saw in my coral tutorial, they're sometimes ridiculous. But I've been using them a lot in my tutorials. They're so useful. They're so great, and it's been really, really helpful, especially while I've been sort of waiting patiently for my makeout spring 10 so I can buy cream blushes. Like, these have really gotten me through, and I've gotten so much use out of them, and there's still a lot that I haven't used as much as I could. So I'm excited to do that. Let's see if there is any other favorite. Oh yeah, there was a food favorite that I forgot to mention. I don't have the box with me, but I highly, highly recommend it for anyone who's kind of trying to lower their caffeine dependence. I drank an entire box of Yogi pomegranate green tea. So good! Oh my god, it was like, I have a thing with green tea. It tastes too green, which I feel bad about saying because I have a lot of like hippie ideals intellectually, but my taste buds, not so much. But yeah, that stuff is like, if you like fruity tea, it was fruity, it was delicious, it was a little green, but not too much. It was a good introductory green tea, and it gave me the little caffeine jolt. After 2 cups of that, I felt as good as if I'd had a couple cups of coffee. So that was really good, and I need to go get another box. And it's also cute because on the little tags on the tea bags, they have little cute sayings to like encourage you throughout the day, which I really appreciate. And of course, my last and final favorite is all of you that have been watching my videos. I really, really appreciate all the comments that I got. I got a lot more subscribers over the month of April, and so I really appreciate all the comments I was getting. Everyone who liked my videos, everyone who likes this video, and just everyone who watches and doesn't even do anything else. It means so much that I'm sort of interacting with other people over something that I have so much fun doing. So with that, I have a lot of backed up videos that I need to upload, and I have a ton more that I want to shoot, so there will be a lot more coming from me. And please link below your April favorites. I would love to see, or you can just write them, whatever. I will totally watch and stuff, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye!